Hi, Luke.
Hey,
How are you, bud?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good. Feeling good. So, we're at Root Rots, friends. We've shot a lot of content in this forest. We've filled Ron's shed for him quite a few times over the years. This is a project here that he was in the process of clearing his property at the time before he built his log cabin, which is up there, and it's beautiful. Log cabin, woods, you know what I mean? A guy's dream. He worked on the railroad his whole life. And Root Rot Ronnie is just a good dude, plain and simple. And I like being around good people. As you can see though, Luke, if you pan up, I mean, he's in a forest of really nice second growth wood. There's a lot of dead cedar in here. You can see, yeah, there you go, right there, Luke, panning into those. There's root rot in here. That's why we call them Root Rot Ronnies. But the second growth fir in here is just glorious. It's beautiful. But if you look, Luke, there's a cedar, and I think it would be biggest to date for us if we got it with an axe. So let's just take a dry run, Luke, and just go over.
Okay.
We'll just leave the axes for now, because watch your step through here. Well, I was going to say that this wood, friends, now, he keeps it tarped, but we might lose some of this. You know, he just had an abundance, and he just chose to throw a tarp on it or let the weather get at it. It is what it is, friends. We got so much of it. But we're going over to that cedar, and you can see it's actually been dead a while. There's a lot of it. There's another one that's dead, well, it's dying. It's got a couple of sprigs on it. But if we go over here, there's this guy, and it's been dead a while. You see? So it's a big tree to chop down with an axe. People ask, why do I do stuff like this? Why? Just for me. I just do it for me. I enjoy swinging an axe. I don't care how pretty my undercuts are when it comes to chopping a tree down with an axe. I do it for fitness. I just love being out in the bush, and this tree's finished. It's finished. But the thing about this is, Luke, is you've got to choose when you're falling a tree with an axe. You've got to pick your lean. His daughter-in-law or niece, I forget which one or the other, is going to be doing some carving. Friends, she's taking a course, Aboriginal artwork, and she's taking a course, and this is gold mine for her. So this is where we like to see these woods go to, either kindling or firewood or milling or carving, something that can happen with the wood. And Root Rot's got a tractor, so she wanted an 8-foot piece. But here's the thing, Luke. Here's the thing. This tree is actually the easiest place to put this tree is up here. That's a big chop, Luke.
Here it is.
So if I was to undermine that and get it to go over there, I would have to put a really, really deep undercut in it so it would cave in on itself and go that away because it's leaning this way.
Kind of like we did on that maple.
Exactly. Right there. There's so many dead cedars in here, but they're not small. Yeah, like this guy here is finished too, and it's beautiful. So what do you do? You just let it die, and then the bugs, and that's something you can do too. You can just leave it, but there is some usable wood here right now for carving for the things I just mentioned. So, you know, this guy here, look at these beautiful maples. This one here is dead too, dead. So in a perfect world, what would be nice in a perfect world is we would chop this one down, Luke. We would send it right in there, okay?
Okay.
Which we could actually do. We could do that. We could send this one down there or even right along there to keep the cedar in lay of itself and make it look like a little setting. Because they get live again here. They start going live behind us. But these two are dead. And if I was to put those down there, that would open up a really nice lay in here for this guy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so if I was to send those, yeah, then that guy could come in here and it's a beautiful lay. And I could stuff it through here anyways. I could literally stuff that cedar. It would come right in here we may do that. We may just stuff it right in here. That way I'm not cutting those. They can stay for now and we'll get what we need out of that tree. This is that big cedar fallen job we did, Luke. It's a freaking half a truckload of logs, Heath. Ah, there's our last stump. Somebody almost looked like they might have known what they were doing with that one, Lukey. Not too Shabinski's.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad, buddy. So that's the story. I'm sticking to it. So we make a plan. And I think as far as time goes, Luke, I think we smashed that cedar through there. Yeah, just cleaning my stump, Luke. Reassessing our lean. I mean, it's fairly straight up and down this tree. It does want to fall back to the sun a bit. Well, not a bit. Well, actually, it's actually could go anywhere with a power saw, but with an axe, you want to, you know, obviously clear your ground, get a good swinging zone. I don't worry about low stumps or pretty stumps when I'm chopping a tree down with an axe. But I will say this is our biggest tree to date, Luke. This one here. And it's a mindset. You know you're going to be in it. I think we're going to be an hour. That's what I think. I have chopped a few down now. If I keep the mumblings to a minimum, I think we'll probably be about an hour. So that's what I'm hoping. But I do like to stop and talk and explain things now and again, as most of you know. But I think our best chop is here, straight down the logging road, and I'm gonna find my swing. There's a lot to this, friends. When you're chopping an 8 or a 10-inch tree down, it don't matter. But when you know you're in for a task, you want to really assess your lean, hazards. There's some broken limbs there. You can look, Lukey. Actually, there's quite a few in this tree. So Lukey will be my eyes on some of this stuff. But cedars flare a lot. So I'm not going to go down low. I'm going to grab an axe. I'm probably going to start with, I think I'll start with my deputy, my 4.5 pounder. Bust through this bark. Friends, cedar bark is very interesting. You'll notice, like, see that? Cedar bark is different. It's kind of stringy. They make baskets out of it. You'll see it here. Look. You see that? So they actually make baskets out of this stuff, the natives. It's our provincial tree. So anyway, you guys all know this. But before you start, you got to gun your sights up. So I'm hoping right in there, it's going to go crashing through there. Luke, you'll see there's 2 dead cedars there. See them? 1, 2 on the left and on the left, right there and there. There's 2. Go up and have a gander at that. So our shot is to the right of those 2. Yes, exactly. Right there. We're going to scrape the side of that maple off, and we're going to go right in that hole right there. Because the lay is longer there, and we'll be able to work this thing better with a tractor. So I still have to put a fairly deep undercut. I like to go deep on my undercuts, friends, because it helps with the tree caving in on itself. It's plain and simple. I talk about this a lot. If I put a little third of an undercut in this, well, I don't want to wedge nothing. I don't have a rope and I'm not a wedge nothing, so I want to go deep. So I find my comfort swing here, which I don't chop straight in like this. I don't chop straight in. I kind of chop under like this, because I'm going to be wanting to do like this. So my my top cut is going to be like this. See this? Like this. Nice and comfortable right here. Down here is too low, so I'm going to need to open this up quite wide. So here we go. We're just going to start, and I want that to go right in there. So I'll kick over a little, and we'll just start going. It's wide, Luke.
Yeah, it is.
So what I'll do, friends, is I'll probably open up two, right? I'll have to shank the top off again. So I'm just gonna, like this. I'm in a nice, comfortable swinging zone. I'm not reaching, and I'm not going down into the flare, because the flare is a ton of more wood. You see? Now in the past, I would swing like a wild man and I'd poop myself out. So we're not gonna do that today. But I am gonna open this up so that I can go around and not break my axe. See? Because you can break your axe. Nice and comfortable here, Luke. See that?
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time. You may notice my hands, Luke. They stay pretty much on the palm swell at most times. Okay, I talk about this a lot, friends. You're gonna apex out. Now what that means is you gotta come off the top again to go deeper. So I've created pretty much a big undercut all the way across here. But I'm nowhere near there yet. But I can't just keep going like this, right? I can't just keep doing this. Hear that noise? I'm in the apex. So instead of fighting that apex at all times, I come around now there. Now, I will shank another piece off. I should probably not get greedy here, but it is cedar. I want this big, huge plate to come off here, Luke, so then I get tailored out of it. See, it's a flare. It's part of a flare. So I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna start peeling this off. See that, Luke? Now what happens, friends, is my apex is gone. It's gone, look at. Now I'm not fighting this. See this, Luke? This is our apex. You try and keep cutting in there, it's no fun. You've got to somehow create this path now to go deeper. And that only happens from chopping down. So once I get to this stage, which is my, see that big chunk right there? Look at that, Luke. What a perfect example. Boom. And now this top is off. Look at this. Because you'll bust your axe. You will, you'll break your axe. Look at this. And there we go. Done. So now we've opened up this huge flat piece again that will take another chunk off and will be deeper yet. I hope this helps. And there we go. Another huge depth shot. So this axe, Luke, it's really nice. It's 4.5 pounds. It's 4.5 pounds. You'll notice my undercut comes in on a slight angle. I can open up more or I can start digging in, but I think I might just grab. create a little space here. Like this. See this here, Luke? Look at that. That was a huge chunk. This is really opening up nice. Good. So now we're kind of apexed out again here. So we'll be coming in here. But I'm working this piece off because I will break my axe if I come here. You know what I mean by break the axe, Lukey? On this big hump. So I've got to work my way around this way. Unless I swing left-handed, which I don't do. Not very well anyway. So we've got a nice big flat area here. But again, it's time to come off. Like this. This will make a lot of sense when you see this. So what's really nice about the 4.5 pound tools is you got a lot of weight there. Look at this, Lukey. Probably, if I judge this right, we're probably almost wide enough on the low side now, because we need this in there. Look at that cedar.
That was a big move right there.
That was, wasn't it? That was a big move, because now I'm out of there now. I got the low side out, but it doesn't happen before getting this big knob off, Luke. So, and here's the beautiful thing. I know I've explained this, but I'm going to explain it again. See what just happened? Watch these hits. That was like an inch. Boom. Huge. We got all this room to play now. I want to try this guy's little nephew. So this is the 4.5 pound axe. Lukey, you might want to just come in, show them what I'm doing, show the lay. I'm going to do a quick chop or a quick change on axes. See how this kind of shanks off that way?
Yeah.
Because I'm actually going to bring this now more in line with that, but over here because of our shot. And how we do that is we lay that axe in there like this, right off of there. It gives you an idea. We're actually on course. We're actually on course. Yeah, but look at how much room I can go deeper now, Luke.
Yeah.
I'm not apexed out. I call it being apexed out. There's just so much room there. Now here's this thing, Luke. This is this one's little nephew. The one I was just using is 4.5 pounds. This is about 3 3/4 pounds on the deputy handle. This handle is, friends, when you're out here all the time, when you spend time out here, it's just where, rarely do you see me do this. This axe is gonna bite, Luke. There's no real reason for me to choke up on this axe unless I'm concerned about my accuracy. If I was concerned about accuracy, I would choke up every time, right? Like this. But once I got my accuracy, I literally live right here. See this? This axe is sharp. So now I'm bringing a line through the tree. We don't fight apexes here at all. We haven't once yet today. Ooh, this is sharp, this axe. Let's pull some out of here. There we go. See that one? That's what I'm talking about right there. Oh yeah, I like this. I don't think we need to go too much deeper, to be honest. But I think we will. I think we'll open up this bottom side now that we've got all that out of our way. There we go. Oh, I like that. Now we're getting to be a slight bit apexy now. See that? She's closing up on us. So I'll probably do one more shank off the top. That'll bring us about halfway into the tree, and it'll happen fast, friends. It will. I mean, you can see where we're faced, Luke. And you'll notice my undercut is not straight across the stump.
Like how it kind of angles down?
Yes, because that's just the way I swing.
Yep.
And I get more power swinging like that. So it's just what I do. This looks like this sucker is coming up on lay nice. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna peel one more piece off. I actually don't need to here because I've got apex, but watch what happens here. What a nice swinging axe. We're at the center now, Luke. See that?
Yep.
I always look for the center of the tree. And there it is. It's where the rings get tight, right there. So we're there. And our line is pretty close to being in between those two trees. I'm gonna go a little deeper. I don't want to be fighting this thing when it's time for it to go. So we creep in over center. Like that. That's all we do. Look at this great big gaping gap here I have to work on. No apex here, friends. See this? Look at it. It's a huge, now I can literally come in like this and gobble that. Look at that shot, Luke. So that there, we do one more in the same spot, right there. That takes us down to the apex, and we clean that sucker out with one of those. We just literally went in an inch with that hit. That was very nice. We got a nice strong post here, I think. I might just like that. That's it. There it is. Now, I'm gonna work my way across the line to shift my cut a little teeny bit to the low side, because I've got all this now out of my way. Hey, see this? It's all out of my way now. Look at this now. Look at that. That just changed direction of the fall. Probably by a foot or two out there. Yeah? There it is. Here we go. Okay. Back at the apex. Back on our apex. So all I done, friends, that last couple cuts, is I just went deeper here so I could change my center line. That line looks to me that we're pretty much on course, Luke. We're pretty much on course. I could just kick that bottom out ever so slightly right here. Just like that. You see that? Oh yeah. There we go. We'll move that post back. Ooh, I like that. There it is. Good. All right. I really like the heels of these axes. Luke, I was talking about that last time I was chopping. The heels of these axes are super nice. So what we done is we just changed our angle like I talked about already. I don't want to repeat myself, but I changed my angle from this to that. Again, from this to that, which will put it in the hole, hopefully. This is cedar, it's very forgiving. You don't got to worry about all this little stuff. It's not going to come into, if you want to get goofy, you can clean yourself up a beautiful apex But anybody who knows, who's done this, it really, you know, this is what it is here now. You can get all OCD on her, but this thing's ready to go. So I'm gonna go around the back, and most of you know at this point, just gonna let that fall a little further right there. At this point, I'll come over here, I'll make a mark. This is my low side. So if I chop here, I gotta chop up on an angle. It's still a lot of wood here, Luke.
Mm-hmm.
I might even I might notch my sides. Here we go. Where a guy can break his axe on these. Pass me that 4.5 pounder, please. Cute. Oh yeah. This is what I'm talking about. Luke, this is a really nice swinging axe.
Yeah.
Wow. got to come up on an angle, you see.
Yes. To match the front.
Yeah.
Right?
So I cut myself a line, and then I start coming in. Right? See that, Luke?
Yep.
Oh, I like it.
That axe is working good.
This is a really nice axe, actually.
To get tiring to swing the 4.5 this long, or
It's worse
not
than the
too-
3
Yeah.
because you're not getting the wood out.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're gonna, so it's different. Lots of people think, well, you can swing a lighter axe. Yes, you can, but when you swing a lighter axe, especially on the bit, like this thing's eating wood, Luke.
Yeah.
Yes, it's heavier, but right? Like you're not getting the wood out like that one. So you can see what I'm kind of doing, right? Instead of just coming straight in the back, on a big tree, you've got to have this opening, right, Luke? How can I start chopping here? Right, like look where my axe is.
Yeah.
You
If
get
you didn't
me?
have that gone
If
already.
it wasn't gone, I couldn't
Yeah.
hit it. So you've got to work around. It's just what I do. I don't know what anybody else does, but I work around. And instead of swinging up, yes, we've got to swing up, but that's why this top, coming off the top, like this, makes sense. And then you open that apex up like that. Like that. And we'll have to come in again. But we're making a good little headway here. I just wanted to make sure, like we got a lot of wood yet, Luke.
Yeah.
How long's the video? 40?
It's been a few different ones, but I think we're at 48 now.
Well, look at this wood fall out of here now. I mean, Lukey, she's falling out. I might take a little hoof off the top there. Oh, she's coming. She's coming. I'm gonna come off of here now. Little chunk right here, you can see it. See this, Luke? Come over here with me.
Yep.
Because we're going up. See this hump here?
Yep.
That's gotta come off, in my opinion. I could keep doing this. I could. Right? But sooner or later, right? See what just happened? Tink. Let the axe do the work. See this? That's coming off now. And it comes off in a hurry, Luke. especially with a heel like this one. Look at this loop. Wow. This axe, man. This is my favorite style axe. I'm gonna do that one more time. Watch this. That's incredible. Like that. This axe is wild, dude. Look at that wood come out of there. That was a good run. Very good run. Right? Big tree.
Yeah.
Not one hot spot on my hand.
That's pretty
That's
crazy.
nuts.
Yeah.
Not one.
I think it's been officially 1 hour.
Yeah. I'll bet. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
See, we're in the apex now. This thing's ours.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. So here's a trick you can do. Right? Take a look at it. Look. Look where the wood is. Right? It's like a beaver, right? But I wanted my posts on this one. Do you get, sometimes you'll see me, I'll notch these right off, Luke.
Yeah, all the way around the outside.
Yeah, but watch this. Yeah, like I can left hand this. this is what I talked about the other day with your posts. I know why veneer guys and hardwood guys, I know why they cut the center out. We do it too, friends. We do it too. We cut the centers out. But what I meant the other day in the video is depending on what you're trying to do, if you're trying to hit a spot, you're best to leave your two, like it's the door. I told you about the door. If you hang a door, right, on a center hinge, it can go this way. But if you've got two posts, you don't need to center. You don't need to center post actually. So that's the idea of that. So I wanted both my posts today. So now that I've got it to a point where, that's why I like cutting trees in half. When you don't know where they're going, cut them in half. Get it to cave in on itself. I've talked about this thousands of times on the channel. I'll bet you if I crack this in the guts, it's gonna leave. A few more fibers and she's leaving. Goodbye. Dead square, Lucy. That maple's tough, eh? That's a big chop. So that maple got us, friends. So we had to bust out the old Mac to get us out of the pinch. So I don't know if I had it in the video, but Luke, remember I talked about opening up a space first?
Yes.
If I was to put those down there, that would open up a really nice lay in here for this guy. Getting those two cedars out of here and then sending the maple in. So that's the whole process, friends. And that's what falling is in a nutshell, is having a space for everything to go. I'm actually, to be honest with you, I'm a little surprised it didn't go smashing through there, Luke. But the cedar's dead and light and so dry that it just went over so slowly, picked up that maple, slid it down into it, and it just grabbed it. So if that cedar hadn't have been there, Luke, if we had took those cedars.
And you could have shot it a little higher.
Oh yeah, I could have
right?
just slipped it up there a little bit.
Yeah.
But really, Luke, it came out on lay.
Yeah.
I think if you'll see in the video, it's a little bit closer to the maple as it goes over, but not bad. So in saying that, if it had been a little bit to the right or to the left going in, she may have crashed through. Don't matter. It didn't. So now it's on the ground. I got no headphones or earmuffs or nothing, but we had to get the tree down. You never leave a thing hung up in the bush, friends. never leave a tree cut up in the bush. You'll actually get fired here in BC, so, or written up, and you might not come back. So remember that. Dude, that's the piece of carving right there.
Yep.
So now, that's the biggest chop I've ever done.
That was a big chop.
But here's the interesting thing, Luke. Now, this is important for people. I hope people will understand what I'm saying. Luke, a little bit of hinge wood here. A little bit right there. See it? That's actually hinge wood. I chopped this off with an axe though after. Remember?
Right.
I was in here.
Yep.
But here's your holding wood. You can see it. It's right here. I chopped that with an axe too. This is holding wood. There's a little bit here. This is all holding wood. So there's a piece of holding wood right across the stump. But Luke, where's the center of the tree? Right there. There is the center of the tree. So my point is, friends, you seen how long that thing and how much we had to cut it up for it to leave? If I had my undercut only this deep, Luke,
Yep.
not a good move. Not a good move because I don't have wedges. I'm not wedging. I would have had to set up some weird wedge system with a car jack or something, or a rope. But to get the tree to go over the way you want it to with an axe, depth is huge. It's huge. So, I felt strong enough to take this thing out with an axe today. Look, it was a good chop. It was a pretty good chop.